link again. Almost done.
Why do I have my cursor on the screen?
What is up, guys? Welcome back to King of the Ring 2020 series. This is round number 5 and we are at the 24-hour layout circuit. Guys are going to be racing tonight as they did with one group in the Group 2 GTR, the 2008 version. It's a little bit older version, much more in the streets, less downforce. Struggling a little bit in the corners, but nonetheless, these Godzillas are going to be roaring around the Schleifer once again tonight. Again, as we did for the first race, I'm joined by my Eleanor teammate, EKC teammate, one half of Phantom Pace, EKC. Hi Phantoms, how are you, brother?
Good, and you? What's up, stream? Great to be here.
We hope everyone's well. Guys, please do throw some love in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, as well as the King of the Ring 2020 series is sponsored by Sky Coffee Company. Sky Coffee available on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Don't forget, it's a special edition version of Sky Coffee. You can just buy that specifically branded product with discount code KLM-PACE. Receive 10% on your so look out for that, guys. Race Motorsport limited edition Sky Coffee while stocks last. Nonetheless, guys, looking out for an interesting race to tonight. Good Crazy Let's Wears, Port of Ignis, MUFC Monty, MBZ 407, RBA Performance, Termon, and DMR AM Racing. Only 8 participants tonight. One of the participants, Mr. Mal Gary GTSA, he unfortunately won't be joining us tonight. And there's 3 other participants who have been absent for the past 2 races. So really unfortunate to see these guys in trouble. But not to say that the racing won't be lovely and mighty close tonight when these guys are Phantoms of the field.
Oh,
do you think is going to have pole position for the evening?
Ooh, I have no clue. I think I'm gonna go with DMR Am Racing.
Yeah.
He's the only guy that I kind of have seen race. A lot of these guys I'm kind of new to, so I think I'm only gonna go with Am Racing purely because he's the only guy that I've really seen race, so I can judge his pace. So yeah, I think he's gonna be on pole.
100%. I think my need tonight is on
RBS Performance.
He DC'd unfortunately from the round 4 race, so he didn't really get to compete very much. And definitely looking to redeem himself tonight. Be one of his favorite cars in all formats, GR2, GR3, GR4. So looking forward to see what he has to do tonight. Go in chat, please. Throw out your predictions for pole position as well as predictions for P1, P2, and P3 come the end of this 5-lap race. While we wait for the guys just to make their way around the track to start the qualifying lap. Remember, they've only got start lap and 1 fast lap to get their qualifying time in. We'll have a look at the liveries of the gentlemen First up, Mr. Chirito Mon, Mr. Sky Coffee himself, with a camo Sky Coffee GTR. I must say, I really love this guy's liveries, and I mean, staying true to his brand, staying true to the theme, eh?
Yep, no, I love the silver element as well. It's got the it's like a light camo, but majority of the base is this chrome that is mixing nicely in with everything. A bit different from what I've seen from him in the past, where generally he likes to have like a full camo car and then likes to split it up. But yeah, that's cool. It's a nice different take I've seen on this type of design.
Yeah, and usually cars are quite glossy, so to see he's gone a bit more chrome with this.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, some of those panels look matte as well.
Yeah, it looks like the decals are matte, but the base is chrome, so really nice mixture of textures.
Correct. Awesome stuff there, Chorizo. On to our next man, one of the new recruits to Hitman Racing, Mr. DMR. You remember him from the last race. He unfortunately ran out of fuel. He's hoping he doesn't make the same mistake again tonight. In a really lovely looking red, white, black.
A bit of flash of the lights. I like this one a lot. I love the intricacy, and see, he's using more my style. I love like triangles, if I can say that. Where he's really gone for like this triangle and like layering layers on top of each other. I prefer this a lot more.
Yeah, really nice and very clean as well. Very nice and clean. I think you've probably seen in these types of cars on an actual race circuit. It's awesome stuff here by Jacques. Yeah. Up next, one of the gents that was missing from last week, but back at it again, was Forza Ignis. Nerd out on trick.
Oh wait, can't you see Monty?
Say again?
Can't you see Monty?
I do see Monty. He's just in 8th.
Oh, okay.
Forza Ignis for now.
Okay, cool.
Really lovely grey tone, 50 Shades of Grey type.
With a bit of a Baby Yoda at the back.
Yeah, and I'm loving that little decal he's got on the front and at the back. FIA status required, so that is good enough.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff here by Forza Ignis. Any thoughts on his history, bro?
I like it. It's a bit plain for my liking, but I like the shift of colors from a light grey all the way down to like a black. Yeah. Quite cool. And I gotta respect the Baby Yoda on the back, so.
100%. Next on yours, is it Monty or Wes?
Wes.
We got Crazy 8. Wes, one of the new members of actually existing members of the Crazy 8s. He's been quite a long time. Guys, just changed his name. His car is literally sky coffee colorful. I think this man is definitely brewing tonight in his car. Yeah, lovely in his car. The sky coffee colors are just...
Yeah, they very cool colors. Yeah, and the wings. Especially the wing.
The wing's definitely gonna hopefully make it great. It's tonight.
Yeah, they're just gonna make it float. you stole my joke right out of my mouth.
Next up, let's get NTZ 4907. Correct?
Yeah, well, me and still Monty, but okay.
NTZ 4907, sorry, Monty. Yeah, he's got a lovely livery going with the green.
Yeah, it's a very green, white, and black. Where I love this combination of colors. I would love it if you did more of like a chrome green, but it's still the design is very nice.
Yeah, it's lovely looking. And also to see NTZ back, he unfortunately missed out 2 weeks ago. He's obviously yeah, great to see the man back on track, back in a 2 car. I do believe that he also really loves these cars, so interesting to see what he does tonight. Up next is, we can go to Monty. Let's go to Monty.
We've been skipping Monty.
MUFC Monty in his Pennzoil replica Skyline. This man, another big fan of the Nissan Skyline. Love the he's running tonight on this car.
The second Pennzoil replica we've seen tonight. But this is a different version of.
Yep. It's nonetheless, although it's different, still very, very lovely. If I remember in my GT2 days, it was this livery for the GTR. There was a Unisa Jex livery as well for the GTR.
Oh, okay.
And Sonic, is it Sonic?
Yes, Sonic. The blue and the white and black.
That's the one.
Yeah.
So awesome to see these liveries being brought out once again. Next, the RBS performance with what looks like a color shift on his car.
And with the
blue and green color shift with this coffee and RBS. And if you take a quick look at the back of his car, he's got from what is it?
The Nun?
Conjuring.
The
Nun.
Yeah, the Conjuring or the Nun, and then he's got a Jester of some sorts on the back.
Yeah, the Jester. The Jester kind of, to me, looks like the cartoon character of what Harlequin. Justice League. No.
Oh, you're talking about Joker?
No, the Harlequin.
Oh, okay, yes.
Lovely livery by Mr. RBS performance. Definitely going to be interesting to some of the drivers with the change of colour of his car. And then last but not least, part of the DMR team, and I think the car that I kind of like the most, a matte black guy line, Sky Coffee decals, DMR decals, AM Racing on the side. Jaden, I think this is the best car
for you, yeah. No, I don't agree with that sentiment, but I know that you love these dark and droopy colors, so I respect the Batmobile type vibes, but yeah, I think the Power Rangers, as I called them from Pool 1, I think they're maybe just edges this one a bit more.
100%. All good, nonetheless, guys. Great liveries by the Jets. As you're just watching now, if you go to the front of the grid, DMR Chucks Yaya has just started his lap. Wiz, as well as Chulito Mon starting their laps. The guys getting their first and only quali lap underway. Let's see what the guys will be able to do. Mikalo 5, he put in a qualifying lap time of 7 minutes, 20 seconds, and 7 tenths of a second. So let's see what these guys will be able to do around the Nürburgring 24-hour layout. Just to remember again, you said your prediction was DMR AM Racing.
Yeah, I think it's gonna probably go AM Racing, and I'm gonna take Psycho Sheep's word on the chat here that an RBS performance. I think it's gonna be a close battle between those two.
100%.
I'm just going through the drivers' helmets at the moment.
Yep.
Just trying to see who has the in my opinion, the best helmet.
Oh, good. Sorry, just doing a bit of admin wrong here.
AM Racing has one of the better helmets. Good. It's it falls into your colors. It's a lot of blacks and reds.
Yeah, I do know that he does take quite a lot of pride in the way his cars look. I know that he does have his Instagram channel if you want to see from his point of view this race is going. It's AM Racing ZA on YouTube, and as I said, he is trying to stick to a brand that he has of his own, and that's why he does make sure he kits himself out really, really nicely.
What are your predictions for the race tonight?
So talking about the race, top 3.
Oh yeah, or who's going to qualify for pole?
So P1, I'm really hoping we see something come out the bag with RBS performance tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's, as I said, he's looking to redeem himself, and well, from his previous race where he DC'd, it was very unfortunate for him. But nonetheless, I think P1, 2, and 3. It's going to be really, really tight, I think, between Monty, RBS, AM Racing. NTZ will definitely be able to do well. He's quite a consistent driver. Just hopefully he has the speed tonight with his GTR. And I think one man that's actually been really, really outstanding, days and weeks that I've been watching him racing, Crazy 8's Wiz. He's been doing really, really well in a lot of the competitions he's been taking part in. And I think he might definitely throw a spanner in the works couple of results tonight. And what about your side, brother?
Yeah, I only know like 2 or 3 drivers, so I think I'm gonna stick with AM Racing for the win. If, like we've seen in the previous race, if strategy is played off well. So, I think AM Racing will take it, in my opinion, and I think RBS Performance second, and I have no clues for third. I think third will be a shock for anybody. I have no reference for third at this moment in time.
All good. Just going to the chat, Eleanor Psycho Sheep, we are aware, Pity that he win it, and he's going to say RBS Performance for the win tonight. We've got Megan Stain saying good luck to Ruan. Ruan is DMRAM Racing, so good luck to you from Megan Stain, brother. Thanks for joining, Megan. Guys that are in the stream, thanks for joining once again. Please don't forget to like this video, and if you are willing, please do subscribe to the channel for more awesome racing content as always. And then also, please, my gentleman in the chat, co-commentator iPhantoms, you can find him on Instagram at iPhantomZ.
No, it's Jaden_Gambon.
Jaden_Gambon.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram. It is interesting seeing all the different driving styles at the moment. A lot of them take a lot of curb, which I see seems to upset the car a lot. So I think the driver who doesn't take curb on this track, I think, is going to do very, very well.
Yeah, what I'm also noticing just from this quali is if you look at some of the guys, they are actually qualifying with soft tire, which is really strange. You think they'd use the super soft tire. But if you take note, for example, Mr. Crazy 8's Wiz, who is actually on the super soft tire, his tire is already quite bad. Something of what a 3-lap super soft tire would look like.
Yeah.
And that's... he's actually running wide but keeping it on track. Wow, awesome drift skills by him. The only reason that is happening that his tire wear is a little bit worse off than the other guys is that Wes is one of the only guys that I'm still using the direction buttons, which is
that is very weird.
Yeah, the way these cars on the way this game is now, smoothness is like key. Generally, you aren't very smooth using a directional button, as you see how the car just jerks from left to right as it's making its way around the circuit. And that being said, is the tire wear with the way you put it load into the car, that jerking is quite hectic. So the fact that he's managing to hold this car on track right now, doing these speeds, is very, very impressive in the directional buttons.
Very weird that he uses directional buttons rather than an analog to turn the car.
When I spoke to him during the chat box interview that he had with us, myself and Dino Cantino, he said that he's old school. It's how he learned how to play the game and how he'll always play the game unless he gets himself a wheel.
Yeah.
So big ups to its ways. Dino coming down the final back straight DMR tracks. Yaya about to end his lap on the soft tires, lowering that GTR. Actually, also on a GT9 wheel. So rounds the final corner here. First lap time of the evening to a 7:39.8. So he's about 13th place of the Pool 1 guys, but nonetheless still a decent time around you, especially being able to keep his GTR on track. Crazy Twist now with a 7:43.6. So I think that time away definitely hampering him there. Actually, shortly, we've got NFC Monty with a 7:14.1. He's in second place now.
Only 2 tenths. Ooh, and NZT goes first.
NTZ, yeah, he's 7:38 in first
by
place. Yeah, by a whole second. Sharks in second. Crazy 8's Wes in third. Jarito in fourth. Autumn Ignis.
Obvious in performance and AM Racing are having a little bit of a dicing going
Yeah,
down.
I think AM Racing is definitely being hampered by Obvious Performance. But we'll see as they come across the line. Obvious Performance must have had a bit of off. AM Racing with a 7:38.7
and goes pole.
Pole one. So great call there by Jalen for pole. Obvious Performance in 8th.
Unlucky for him, seeming as a lot of people are saying that he is the and you said he was your predicted pole, so I'd like to see where he went wrong in his lap.
Yeah, I think he did have an off, probably coming towards the last section.
Yeah, that's probably where we see all the dicing between him and AM Racing came.
Yep.
As we can see, there is a celebratory donuts in the first corner.
Yep, from most of the guys. So just waiting, they're just waiting for the guys to make sure they're on the correct set of tires. They all passed sector 1 and wait for the race to begin. So in first place, Mr. DMR AM Racing. NTZ in second. Sharks, yeah, in third. UFC Monty in fourth. If I'm not mistaken, Crazy 8 West should actually be fifth place.
Yeah.
Ignis in sixth. RBS Performance in seventh, and Churito. I think Churito needs to pass second.
On my screen, he is 7th at the moment.
Let me just make mention. Churito actually should have passed sector 1. He might start out of position now, not doing so.
He might pass, it looks like he might start in last.
Let's wait for pool 2 to get underway very shortly, guys. Hopefully no auto drives. Just the messages from chat. Anywhere JRR is saying away to the Facebooks, away anywhere. Sean Breitenbach, ABS Performance thingies twice, he can't believe it, so that's why he's starting so low down. Let's wait, guys, for the lights to come on. 4 lights, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Lights out and away we go.
And the lights are out, everybody is away. GMI is getting a good start there, coming first into turn 1, hopefully no incidents. It's going to be wider.
Oh, some little bumps at the back.
And bruises. Crazy 8 is
off. Region Man has jumped from last to 6th at the moment.
And we see another mistake here by Portingness, who got a bit sideways himself. So there might be a review there for Crazy 8 is getting out at turn 2. Everyone else getting away quite decently. Jarito Man from 8th all the way to 5th, back down to 6th place there. Guys make their way through the hairpin on the GP circuit, and
after
the
in the lead. Schumacher S's.
Yep, Schumacher S's. Such a legendary circuit, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, I love the GP track. I would just wish F1 would race on it more often.
I agree. I think the last time F1 raced on this layout was 2006, 2007, possibly.
Yeah. I think it was when Schumacher was still racing.
Correct. So So as they're entering the Nordschleife section of the circuit now, we've got DMR AM Racing leading by 2.6 seconds from Mr. ATZ, as Jacques Yaya hot on his heels, Pinfio second right behind him. We've got RBS Performance starter in 7th, is now in 4th place. So great comeback by him beginning of this race. MFC Martin in 5th place. Chirito Mon in 6th place, keeping it nice and tidy. Crazy 8 Wes, we had a bit of unfortunate incident at the beginning there. He's in 7th place, and KOTR is in 8th. Shaden, if you don't mind, but can you Crazy 8's West half?
Okay.
So Crazy 8's West, Sky Coffee livery, if you take a quick peek, particularly at the back of his car as well as the hood, he's got the number 20. There's a message at the back saying get well soon to Crazy 8's Adrian L. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Crazy 8's Adrian L, otherwise known as Adrian Lugano, I'm part of the GTSSA community, and he was recently diagnosed with COVID-19 and has been in hospital ever since Monday of last week. And I mean, he's still fighting strong from the reports that we've heard. He's currently in an induced coma just so that he can obviously recover a little bit quicker. And just hoping and wishing him well.
Oh, someone went off.
As well as to most of the Crazy 8's team. Wishing them well as that their companion, just to put that their comrade that they race with, able to make a speedy recovery and get back on to track with this GTSport USA. So we're watching now, just see Crazy 8's words taking to the grass again. But yeah, big shout out to Mr. Adrian Luganover, otherwise known as Crazy 8's Adrian L. We wish you a speedy recovery from the home of the king of the ring. Phantom, you said someone went off there.
Yeah, NTZ went off and looked like he dropped a couple of positions. Yeah, RBS Performance also just went off and slammed into the wall.
He's still in 4th place, but NTZ unfortunately is now in 8th from 2nd place. Looks like he's struggling with his dirty tires. I think he just needs to take it a little bit easier.
Now we have a replay of NTZ slamming, going off track there.
Oh, you got it to work, nice. Unfortunately, NTZ, hopefully he can make a comeback because I think his quali lap was definitely something to be remembered. Maybe he can make his way back into those podium positions.
How the hell do you get out of this now?
Yeah, exactly. KOTR Ignis currently 7th, he's also just dropped a little bit. Where's in 6th, RBS Performance, also struggling himself, now in 5th. As we see Chiritoman, who was started in 8th place, up into 6th at the race start, and now in 4th, keeping it nice and tidy on the track. 3rd place to MUFC Monty, big ups to him. DMR Sharks, yeah. Yep.
Chiritoman has made a massive recovery from last place all the way to 4th now, and busy chasing 3rd.
He's keeping it nice and clean on track tonight.
Very, very nice and clean.
Being powered by Sky Coffee tonight, Mr. Chirito Mon.
Making him fly.
And Jacques Yaya in 2nd place, keeping a very, very comfortable gap between himself and DMR AM Racing. DMR boys doing what they can to keep these top 2 positions.
Now we are just in the cockpit view now with Chiritoman as he's going to this sector. Trying to catch up to MUFC Monty with a 2.1 second gap. He's slightly dropping down now within 2 seconds. Let's see if he can drop that gap and maybe have some overtakes when they enter into the GP track. But Chiritoman goes slightly wide on that corner, and again nearly spins it. Luckily he saves it, but now the gap and gets overtaken by RBS Performance with a little love tap to say, you snooze, you lose. But now they go down the hill.
As was really close and really unfortunate there for Chirito. He's got Wes now kind of trying to chase him. Port of Weakness in 7th place, also keeping it nice and tight and trying to chase the two ahead of him. And NTZ also catching up to Port of Weakness now, so he already started with his comeback. 1.3 seconds behind Port of Weakness.
Am Racing looks like he just went off and gave the lead to Jarks Yaya.
He actually did. A bit of an off there. So get back up.
See if I can get the replay of that.
Yeah, look at Jarks here now in the lead, flashing his eye. Said, look at me, I'm winning. Racing 1.9 seconds behind him. RBS Performance in 3rd, and Monty in the slipstream of RBS, chasing him down to 5th. Wes now went 7 from RBS. These guys are on it. I think NTZ had another little bit of an off, 3.7 seconds behind Automobiles. I think these guys are definitely struggling in the slipstream.
Definitely. Now going on to the GP track, let's see if AM Racy can close that gap down. He's sitting about 1.3, but I don't think he'll be able to get within an overtaking distance in the GP track at the moment.
Nah, I don't think so. I think they're a little bit too far at the moment, and obviously that slipstream, as we said, proving a little bit of a hassle for the guys. So I just go back to 5th and 6th. Wes and Naruto really close up to each other. Two Black Coffee branded cars battling it out here. So your race standings after lap 1, we've got DMR Jacques Yaya, the fortuitous P1. We've got DMR AM Racing in 2nd place with a little bit of an off at the end of the lap. This nice and tidy though. RBS Performance after his little bit of a mishap at the beginning in 3rd place now. Monty in 4th as well. Chiritomon in 5th, looking nice and tidy. Crazy 8's Wes in 6th place. Hopefully he can make his way back up the field. Portaminikas in 7th place. And last but not least, Mr. NTZ.
Track's still very close together, seeming those we've seen a lot of people go off track on the first opening lap. I'm still surprised that the gap isn't that big between everybody else. Everyone's sitting within reasonable distance.
Yeah, it's nice to see, and I think as I just saw someone it's just my leg, sorry.
The Chirito man just went off. Just lost the back end going into the corner and just went flying into the barriers.
Unfortunate Chirito man there, making his way up into 4th place after lap 1, now all the way back into the grid. Unfortunate there. So you were mentioning that it's nice to see that the gaps aren't too wide between some of the guys, and I do agree with you. I think it's one thing knowing that everyone's got the same equipment as you. It's just all down to the driver skill level and strategy that will make the difference.
Yeah. I think it's I think this type of racing is the one make series. It's all about skill at this point. It's no longer who has the better car or whatever, because you're all playing on the equal playing field.
Yep.
This is where we see real who has the balls, in my opinion, to push the car further than anybody else.
Correct. Great stuff by the guys, keeping it on track now as they make their way for the second time around the Nordschleife section of the 24-hour layout. DMR boys keeping it nice and tight in front. They are racing in Jax area, making sure that keep a comfortable gap between themselves and RBS Performance in the place.
The battle for first at the moment is really tight, with the two drivers being within half a second of each other.
Yeah, if you just want to go to P8, it looks like Chirito Mons had another off. really struggling in his GTR tonight. I think he might have been taking a page out of
Ooh, he had a
and
massive crash going through there.
Yep. I think he's trying to take a page out of our boy JTSport ride and drive tonight. But nonetheless, at least he's still on track, still with us for this race. Hoping to see that he finishes.
And he goes off again.
Ooh, struggling.
He is struggling at this moment in time.
Unlucky there for Chirito.
I think at this point, my advice to Chirito would be he's just pushing too hard. He needs to just relax, get into a rhythm, and just let the time comes to him. Because he's obviously very fast. As we saw in the opening lap, from last place he got to about 4th. And then had his first accident, and he's gone off a 3rd time now. I think he's just struggling.
Yeah, I think with his other offs, it takes a bit of a while for the tires to get clean again. So it's just obviously to judge that correctly. Hopefully we do see him back with the pack again. It's going a little bit slower now, just to make sure that he gets himself into the group again.
Yeah. He does have
both
30...
DMR boys at the front, both crashing out at the same point, kind of like following the leader there. Obvious performance now into 2nd place, and he's actually drifting it around the carousel.
Both of them hit this exact same wall at the exact same time. That is hilarious.
Obvious performance now in 2nd place. He's right back of the DMR. So he's three nice and close together.
I think your prediction might come true with RBS performance. Might be able to win this.
Yeah, correct. But I think in terms of the whole,
another crash from DMO Racing at the back, trying to follow RBS performance. RBS performance just goes off at the top of the hill, nearly yielding the position back to Racing.
I wonder if there's oil on track, because it seems like the guys are finding it really tricky to navigate tonight.
I think it's just that aero wash. They're not expecting. Ooh, the back end of RBS's performance. Nissan got a bit squealy there, exiting that corner.
And Nissan was dancing very nicely there.
Very nicely. He managed to save it.
Yep. So I mean, that off the jog Zayo had at the beginning of the carousel, he's now got a 3.5 second lead for P1 there. So looking nice and tidy, and on his soft tires we'll see if he does a 3rd lap or he puts it at the end of this lap. So obvious performance in 2nd as well. DMR AM Racing in 3rd.
Ooh, RBS performance gets popped out by the carousel and is now back into 3rd. And gets 4th position as NZ.
All commentators curse at this moment. Every guy that we think might win, they're just spinning. As we just watched now, one of the guys that's actually benefiting a lot in 5th place, NTZ, that is off at the beginning of lap 1, is now up into 5th and only 13 seconds behind the leader.
Only 13 seconds. He's 1.8 seconds off of 4th, so if he can close that door, he can definitely catch up to 3rd, because 3rd is only about 3 seconds away from him at the moment.
So just jump onto chat. Jay Sean saying Dino must be happy that DMR has the front
Am Racing diving into the pits right now. Maybe trying to do the same strategy that we saw earlier going on in Pool 1, where
yeah, AM Racing was watching the Pool 1 race, so that is quite possible. He was doing really well on his soft tires. You can see that this tire wear wasn't too much. He's out now, coming out into 4th place. RBS Performance also doing 2 laps on his softs, going on to the super soft tire, as well as Crazy 8's Wes. It's quite interesting to see that Wes has pitted on his soft tire onto the super soft now. If you remember correctly from qualifying, that he did struggle for tire wear with the super soft.
I think strategy is going to come down to it a lot at this moment in time now, because with Am Racing putting a lap earlier than everybody else, he's going to be on a lap old tires, a lap old super softs by the end of the race. Because if you look at Jacques Yaya, he's currently on racing soft, so he's going to have to change to his racing super soft tires, which at the end of the race will benefit him because of the overcut, because you'll have his tires will be younger. So,
Correct.
the last lap of this race is going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, we're just going to watch the delta from AM Racing at DMR Sharks. Yeah, currently at 16 seconds gap. It's just too good to be true, knowing that in the last race also when FLAs had pitted on lap 2 from his soft tires, he came out to a 16-second gap.
And he dropped it. He dropped it to about 11 seconds.
Yep.
So I think
the difference being that Jacques Yaya also now on soft tires as opposed to super soft, which is what Mikhail was on. And the first DNF for the night, Jorito Mon. I think he was definitely having a bad night, so very unfortunate for him to see him DN from this race.
Just going to Am Racing at the moment. Ooh, never mind. My point was going to be that I think NTZ will hold him up, and he will not be able to drop that delta. But NTZ spins going into that corner, or just before that corner.
It's really unlucky for him. I'm feeling that the tire was starting to affect him now. But NTZ still has opportunity to finish decently. Far away from P2 as well.
DMR Am Racing is not that far from MUFC Monte at the moment. It's only about 5 seconds away. So I think when everybody goes into the pit stops, if my math is correct, Am Racing might pull a very, very big lead after everyone's pitted. And see it where's having another off.
Crazy, it's where's currently in 6th place.
By him going off the track there, he's late obvious performance within 3 seconds now, so... But as I say that, he has another off the track moment, just touching the grass slightly and getting a 1.2 second penalty. That's going to fall into the hands of obvious performance, as at the end of the race, if he does not bleed that penalty, I think the battle for last will fall into the hands of obvious performance.
Yep, definitely so. So you just take note also from lap 2, the fastest lap currently going to Mr. NTZ with 7 minutes 42 seconds, which is about 3-4 seconds off what the fastest lap was in qualifying.
Am Racing now bringing down the lap from 16 seconds to about 10 seconds now, and the delta is dropping incredibly quickly as this lap goes down. So I think by the time Jacques, Yaya and Monty dive into the pits, I think Am Racing will have first position, and with a sizable lead.
100% then. I think also really clever thinking by AM Racing, pitting early, getting himself into clean air. As I just noted that MUFC Monty actually had it off, and now AM Racing is right behind him. So this might prove... Oh, as we see Monty...
Ooh, yeah, Monty came out of the corner of the came out of the carousel and just hit that curb on the inside, which just bounced his car and caused him to spin.
Yep. And now we see AM Racing making his way into second place. He's cut that gap down by exactly half now, 8.5 seconds behind DMR Sharks here. So we'll see AM Racing should definitely be taking the lead come the pit stop unless something goes wrong in these final corners from him.
Judging by how much time he's dropped on this lap, do you maybe think he'll catch DMR Sharks by the end of this lap?
Definitely. So I think he'll catch him, and if not, pull out a bit of a gap as well from he doesn't any tires on the grass and put himself out. We're just going down and coming towards the end of now. 7 drivers out of the 8 still on track. DMR Sharks in first place. DMR in second place, pushing really hard. MUFC Monty, who's in third place. Fourth place is NTZ. Autumn Ignis in fifth. Crazy 8's Wes in sixth. And RBS Performance in seventh. Yes.
Jock Jaja has been able to bring the gap a bit higher now, seeming as there's 2 seconds that appeared out of nowhere. MUF's Monty, I think AM Racing had a bit of an off as Monty has now gained about 2 seconds on him. So
Monty's gained 2 seconds, he's within half a second of AM Racing, but Monty is definitely pitting the end of this lap, and Sharks Yaya as well getting an extra 2 seconds buffer between himself and AM Racing.
I don't think that extra 2 seconds will do anything for him. I think AM Racing is going to pass him when he's in the pits, but we'll have to see where he comes out.
100%. Sharks actually giving us a flash there of these hazard lights as he enters the pits. We've got MUFC Monty also entering the pits, and DMR Racing now taking the lead into the first corner. Sharks has just exited. AM Racing managing to give himself a 6-second gap at the end of lap number 3.
Now I think it will be very interesting right now that because Jock Xiaoya is on better tires. Let's see if he can push for the next 2 laps and close that 6-second gap within, overtaking distance.
100%. The rest of the field also pitting now, so a bit of a shuffle as we see guys get into their race positions. In first place, DMR AM Racing, 6-second gap between himself and DMR Jacques Yaya. Jacques Yaya now got an 8-second gap between himself and MUFC Monty. Will be looking to close up to Jacques Yaya. Then we've got Mr. Crazy 8's Wes, who made a pit stop a lap earlier. He's got an 8-second gap between himself and Monty. 4.5 seconds separate him and RBS Performance. Remember, these two came out of the pits directly behind each other, and RBS Performance falling a little bit back. Both of them struggling to keep the car on track tonight. NTZ, who's just pitted, he's come out a second behind RBS Performance on super soft tires going towards the end of the race. And Autumn Ignis in 7th place, who's now plus 20 seconds behind NTZ after having a spin at the bottom of the GP circuit. Sven, looks like your predictions might just come true with DMR AM Racing currently in first place. One of the guys that we actually didn't call out was DMR Shaxia, who's actually really lovely performance here tonight in second place, and MUFC Monty as well. One guy that we didn't mention, well, I think I mentioned, but he is sitting quite pretty at the moment.
I'm just sitting on board with NTZ as he chases down RBS Performance. They're within half a second, and the gap, I think NTZ needs to get past RBS Performance if he wants any chance of catching up to C8 Ways and maybe getting a P4.
100%. I think a lot of these guys have had quite a scruffy night tonight, doing a lot of time on the just learning to keep on track and battling as they're on now.
I think it's I don't think we have not seen one driver who has not have had a moment on track where they've kissed a wall, but which is very surprising because all it took is like if one person just had a very clean race and not went off, I think the whole race would be very different right now.
Well, I think of all the drivers, DMR Jacques Yaya has been one of the more fortunate drivers keeping his car on track, making sure he gets around nice and tidy. So I think at the moment you think it's slow and steady does win the race, he's going very quickly.
But I don't think slow and steady will win him at the race right now, as he's AM Racing has pulled about a 1.5 second gap since he's came out of the pits. If Jacques Raya wants a chance of winning this race, he needs to start pushing now, or else that 8.4 second gap between the first and second place will not, you know, close.
100%. So we've got 7 drivers still on track on our 8. DNF from Chorito Marcus to track coffee. Unfortunately, he's seen from the race tonight.
I think the closest on-track action that we have at the moment is between RBS Performance and NTZ. It's currently within 2 seconds. They're currently within 2 seconds of each other right now. The gap, they were within half a second at the start of this lap. I think NTZ might have had a scare earlier, and that's just let the gap build.
Correct. So guys, while just from the medal for P5, I just wanted to remind everybody that there is the Invitational King of the race that everyone can sign up for. So if you are feeling a bit down that you weren't able to be part of the King of the 2020 series, just look up to my social media pages tomorrow, KLM Base Station GTSport on Facebook, Base KLM on Twitter, and on Instagram. I will be putting up details on how you can sign up for the race based on what kind of interest we get for that. We'll then obviously separate everybody into pools, and then we will have a GR4 race assigned per pool. So look out for that, guys. The super soft tires, 3-lap race around the 24-hour layout of the Nürburgring circuit. And yeah, guys, if you think you want to have some fun or just kind of rest against some of your fellow competitors, do look out for the Invitation King series race on my social media pages.
Gap to first and second now is about 11, nearly 12 seconds, so I think this race is over at the moment.
Is this between P1 and 2?
P1 and 2.
100%. I think Jack's here just consolidating his second place, making sure he keeps ahead of MUFC Monty. Whilst DMR Racing must be chasing that fastest lap.
I saw RBS Performance put in a banger of a sector in the the middle of the track. He went purple by at least half a second, so we'll
have purple now by 3 seconds. So he's also putting in a good distance here as he's chasing down Crazy 8 and NTZ chasing both of them down as well.
AM Racing must have made a mistake as the delta has dropped by 2 seconds.
Yeah, just on the second last corner onto this back straight, he did touch the grass on the outside. So he had to obviously keep himself nice and tidy. 1.9 second delta between himself and the fastest lap. Let's see what he does here. As he comes to the final sector and about to start the final lap of the race with an 8.2 second gap between himself and his fellow DMR teammate. Fastest lap now to AM Racing with a 7 minutes and 40 second lap time. Shucks, yeah, P2 starting on the final lap. MUFC Monty with a 7 minutes 35 minutes. He just came out of the pits. Third place. Crazy 8 Wes coming across the line. A 7 minutes 40.7.
Ooh, NZT on the back of obvious performance. I think there might be an overtake that happens on the GP circuit of the track.
It's quite possible. RBS performance though, putting in the fastest lap of the race.
Wes has a big wiggle. That a big bump and a big accident coming out of turn 3.
Big accident there. NTZ getting spun out there. Unfortunately, he's getting back on track. RBS performance having waited for him. Quite unfortunately, these guys would have been really on fourth, even third place. Quite unfortunate that RBS took out NTZ there. Jaden, I'm not sure about your side, but I'm getting a bit of lag on my side. Everything looking fine on your
everything's fine on my stream. I figured out the replay feature.
Okay, awesome.
MUFC Monty has pulled the gap in from DMR Darkshiaya from about 4 seconds to about 2 seconds right now. If Monty can get into the slipstream range, which he has now in like one corner, as Jacques Yaya has a little bit of a tail happy moment coming out of that corner, this might go down to the wire for P2 as there's a major fight that is developing.
Yeah, these guys definitely going to be pushing all the way to the race, and I think this is also now just to make sure that they finish with as much points as possible.
The gap now between Jacques Yaya and Monty is 1.1 seconds, so Monty will be feeling the effects of Jacques' slipstream, which will be pulling him within under a second. I think if this could go down to the last corner if it stays like this.
Correct. I think the battle to watch, like you said, second and third place currently. DMR racing just putting away with it. And second gap now. Crazy 8 Wes, comfortable fourth, 16 seconds up behind C1 up the road from NTZ now 14 seconds. NTZ now 4 seconds from RBS Performance and 16 seconds to RB Airport to make this. I think really unfortunate there, Jaden, from NTZ and RBS Performance point of view. They were definitely up for 4th place for this race.
Yeah, definitely. I think I think it's more of a shame for NTZ, because if he was able to get past RBS Performance a bit quicker, he might have been able to catch up to C8 Wes, because when they were first fighting, the gap was only about 4 to 6 seconds. So and judging by NTZ's pace at the moment, he would have been able to bring down that gap and maybe clutch like 4th. So
he is on better tires as opposed to RBS Performance right now. RBS having another off, unfortunately, there. And yeah, NTZ, man on the move, he's got taken out 2 seconds from Wes. He can keep his car on track because his tires are looking quite dangerously close to getting into a spin. Keeping it nice and controlled. Nice and easy from Wes. So Jade, in terms of P2 and P3 at the moment, would you have called this battle?
I wouldn't have called this battle, but judging by the amount of off-track moments we've had, I think it's kind of forced this moment to happen.
100%.
But yeah, totally. It threw me. I thought RBS Performance would at least be in this mix of battle for P2 or even P1, but as we saw earlier, he had a couple of big crashes, so that's kind of ruined his race for him.
Yeah, 100%. As part of the chat, he was one of the guys that we were looking forward to doing really well in this race tonight, but obviously things not going his way.
No, not at all. But Jacques, Yaya, and Monty are now within a second of each other, so I think on the back straight, the back straight will be the best opportunity for Monty to get that overtake done.
Yeah, this
if
is
he
kind of a
can,
yo-yo effect going on here. Dropping back a second, pulling back a second, pulling back a second, pulling back a second. So.
Ooh, he has a little bit of the happy spin there through the apex of that corner.
Pushing, definitely.
He is definitely pushing.
I think all of them, if you've noticed, I don't know if you've been taking attention, but 3-second drop between AM Racing and Jacques. So either Racing's tires are starting to go, or Jacques is just trying to stay away from MUFC Monty at the moment.
I think his tires are starting to drop now. Because I did say that the last lap should be beneficial to Jacques Yaya, as I said he would have the 1 lap younger tires, but as we can see, I think the battle for second is kind of over at the moment, as Jacques Yaya has been able to pull 0.5 out of the last couple of corners, but we've been seeing a tug of war between these two. One will pull 0.5, the other one will gain it back, so I think Monty just needs to get within a second coming down to this back straight now, and he will be able to make the overtake going into the faster section of the track just before the last corner.
He is within that second right now.
And he's just had an off. I think that seals his chances of getting to third at the moment. So I think Jacques Yaya should be comfortable in second at the moment.
So unfortunately, we're not going to see that action. Jacques Yaya currently sitting pretty, giving us a flash with these hazard lights.
Yeah, Monty just went into the carousel and hit the his front 2 left tires just went onto the inside edge of the corner and just sucked him and then popped him out of the carousel, sending him wide.
As we go jump back to our leader, DMR AM Racing, coming around the final 6 corners back onto the GP circuit. Your Pool 2 race winner goes to DMR AM Racing. Well called there by Megan Stain, as well as to yourself, Phantoms. Well done, brother. Sharks there are giving us a flash for P2, P3 to MUFC Monty, who takes the fastest lap with 7 minutes and 36 seconds. Well done to you, sir.
I think it is a bit sad that Monty had that off that second to last corner before going onto the back straight. I think if he just managed to stay within that second, I think he would have had second place.
100% to see 4th place. Crazy 8's Wes crossing the line there. Well done to you, sir. And in 5th place, Mr. NT said, well done, brother. Thanks for joining us again after a little bit of a spectacle in round 4. We're now waiting for RBS Performance to make his way. He's actually half throttling into the
I think he wants a little bit of a dice going into the last couple of corners.
It's quite possible. Very unfortunate for him. I think he was definitely one of the guys that could have challenged P1.
Oh, he might get overtaken here.
No, he was just held to go up. But nonetheless, 6th place for Mr. RBS Performance.
And he gets a little nudge across the line.
From bottom in. And there we have it. That's your Pool 2 results, guys. Our winner of the King of the Ring round number 5, pool number 2, is DMR AM Racing. Well done to you, sir. Awesome stuff by him there. And I think, again, big well done to you, Jaden, for calling that one, brother.
Shot.
But yeah, interesting race that panned out. I think no one could have called that. A lot of the guys finding it quite tricky this time around. I wonder if the Pool 1 race they didn't leave too much rubber on the track for the guys. Or someone just spilled oil there.
Yeah, I think you saw a lot of oil that was just on the track that caused a lot of these spins and kissing of barriers this race. very, very interesting from a commentator's point of view because we never knew who was going to make the next mistake because like positions were not sealed. Like we saw in
Correct.
lap 2 where the two leaders went into the exact same wall, giving an opportunity
Correct.
for somebody to clutch the first place.
Correct. And we are joined now by your race winner, Mr. DMRAM Racing. Welcome, sir, and congratulations on that win, brother.
Whip whip. Yeah, thanks, bro. I really did not expect that. Like, I'm so bad at this track, man. Like, this is legit the third race I'm ever doing around this track.
You were saying that to me not too long ago. So I think third time lucky with the win, eh?
Dude, but I was really slow. I don't know what happened to RB's performance, but I think he had pace, but something happened.
Yeah, he had quite a couple of bad accidents on the track and a very, very bad collision going into turn 3.
Turn 2.
Sorry, turn 2 with NTZ, which caused him to lose a lot of time.
Yeah, my goal was just to save fuel, try and keep it on the track. That's all I really wanted to do. And as you can see, my lap times were not good at all. So I would have been killed in pool 1, but yeah, it just worked out, guys.
Yes, so I think your race went really well. Can you talk us through it? Because I think a lot of the guys were going off quite a bit. Was the oil on track? You just couldn't get to grips with the car being so quick?
I think this car, especially when you're in slipstream, there's a lot of dirty air. I noticed that when I went off track behind RBS earlier on. So if you're following someone, it's really difficult to keep it on track. And then number 2, sometimes the car just oversteers a lot quicker than you expect it to. So if you're too close to a curb, it just takes you onto the grass. And yeah, they're really nice cars to drive, but it's really tricky to sometimes keep it on a narrow track, especially with the speed that they have.
100%. And looking forward to obviously being in pool 1 for the next race, right?
Yeah, it's about damn time. Although I'm gonna have to do a lot more practice because the pool 1 guys are, I don't know, beating me by 10 seconds per lap at the moment. So
Well,
yeah.
nonetheless,
Well, they are aliens.
Yeah, they are aliens. I think you'll definitely be a welcome addition to Pool 1. Well done again on your race win. And I think it's going to be a bit of a break between this round and the final round, obviously with the invitational race that will be taking place in between the two of them. But nonetheless, well done again. I think you definitely sound very chuffed with the win. And yeah, just keep it up and we hope to see you in your Pool 1 race.
Thanks, James.
Awesome stuff.
Good luck, well done.
So, Jaden, final thoughts from the two races and this race in particular?
I think we kind of saw a mirror effect on the first 2 races. Like in the first race, Mikhail, we saw both undercuts on 2 races both work out, and the person who did the undercut in second came out substantially a lot with a gap on the guy who began first who went into the pits. So I think again strategy played a big role here, but also like Am Racing, for example, when there was about a 16-second gap, like we also saw in Pool 1, and he managed to bring it down to about 8 seconds within 1 lap, which just punished Shark Yaya in second. So
100%, and I think just proving that watching what Pool 1 does definitely will help through in terms of what you do in Pool 2. So big to the guys. Interesting race, not to say the least. Awesome stuff by the DMR guys taking the top 2 spots of this race. And again, a big shout out to MUFC Monty, Crazy 8's Wes, NTZ, RBS Performance, Sportum Ignis, and our DNF Chirito Mon for taking part in Pool 2's King of the Ring race. Before we go, guys, don't forget Sky Coffee Company is the sponsor of the King of the Ring 2020 series. You can catch them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Please do support Sky Coffee Company as much as you can, as well as to the Crazy 8 boys, Crazy 8 Adrian. I'll be wishing you a speedy recovery, brother. We hope to see you on track with the GTSSA community very, very, very soon. And to your family, all our thoughts and prayers are with you from the King of the Ring team. that's it from us tonight, guys. Again, don't forget to check my socials in terms of the invitational race. All the details will be posted tomorrow. And then in terms of the final round, King of the Ring, round 6, see who takes all the honors and all the glory. Look out for the information that will be shared in the next few days. Other than that, guys, from me, awesome racing. Awesome racing is always. Glad to see that the guys enjoy racing. And yeah, Phantoms, thanks so much for helping us out and joining
Thanks for
us
having me
the
on
stream.
tonight.
Some stuff, man. Guys, thanks so much for joining. Sign out.